Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary. Today I'll be reacting to Jordan Peterson completely destroy feminist narrative. Wow. Okay. Well, I've been reacting to Jordan Peterson for quite some time now, and I love seeing him on stage, answering some of these important questions that we all need to ask, because there's some questions that we just try to shy away from. We don't want to just get involved in it, and I love how he's tackling those questions, even if sometimes a lot of people don't agree with him. But such is life. Everyone don't need to see your point of view.
So that's my idea of the patriarchy, which is a system of male dominance of society.
Yeah, but that's not my sense of the patriarchy.
So what's yours?
Well, in what sense is our society male-dominated?
The fact that the vast majority of wealth is owned by men, the vast majority of capital is owned by men. Women do more unpaid labour.
A very tiny proportion of men, and a huge proportion of people who are seriously disaffected are men. Most people in prison are men. Most people who are on the street are men. Most victims of violent crime are men. Most people who commit suicide are men. Most people who die in wars are men. People who do worse in school are men. It's like, where's the dominance here precisely? What you're doing is you're taking a tiny substrata of hyper-successful men and using that to represent the entire structure of Western society. There's nothing about that that's vaguely appropriate.
But I could say equally well that most rape victims are women. Terrible things happen to people of both sexes.
And you could say that with perfect utility, but that doesn't provide any evidence for the existence of a male-dominated patriarchy. Well, it just means that terrible things happen to both genders, which they certainly do.
But there are almost no women who rape men, for example. So that is an asymmetry there in sexual violence.
Well, yes, there's an asymmetry in all sorts of places, but that doesn't mean that Western culture is a male-dominated patriarchy. The fact that there are asymmetries has nothing to do with your basic argument.
No, but you might equally...
This is a trope that people just accept. Western society is a male-dominated patriarchy. It's like, no, it's not. That's not true. And even if it has a patriarchal structure to some degree, the fundamental basis of that structure is not power, it's competence. That's why our society works. It's only when a structure degenerates into tyranny that the fundamental relationships between people become dependent on power. It's not power. If you hire a plumber who's likely to be male, it's not because there's roving bands of tyrannical plumbers forcing you to make that choice. And it's the case with almost every interaction that you have at the face of our culture. You're dealing with people who are offering a service of one form or another, who are usually part of the broad middle class, and what you're looking for is the person who can offer the best service, and you can find it. It's not a consequence of being dominated by anything that's tyrannical. And then again, our culture, our Western culture, which is by no means perfect, and certainly has tyrannical elements like all cultures do, is the least tyrannical society that's ever been produced, and certainly the least tyrannical society that exists now. This whole patriarchy thing, I think you have no idea how pernicious and dangerous it is.
Well, no, I don't. I really don't. Go on.
Throughout history have fundamentally cooperated to push back against the absolute catastrophe of existence. A terrible death rate, the probability of chronic starvation, early death, disease, the difficulty of raising children, with all the death that was associated with that. And to look backwards in time and say, well, basically what happened was men took the upper hand and persecuted women in this tyrannical patriarchy is an absolutely dreadful misreading of history. It's a terrible thing to teach young women, and it's a horrible thing to inflict upon men.
Well, like I said before, I love his point of view, when it comes to feminism. I love how he says things, because the world is an open space. There is no one limiting any gender to what they can do. If you feel a guy has been given the upper hand to do this, mobilize women, train them into that field. Okay, I believe what a man can do, a woman can also do. Okay, if they're willing to do it, you don't have to keep on saying it that, okay, they don't allow us to do this, they don't allow us to do this. I've seen film where the CEO are ladies. You see, they are the top people in the firm. They are all ladies. They also employ other ladies, employ guys, employ people that are willing, that are skilled to do their work in their company. Okay, so that does not mean that because the society, men are mostly, working, doing this kind of work. So it's not really favoring the ladies. If you check it, where majority of work that men do, they are very, very hectic. Like what he said, majority of people that are in prison are men, majority of people that are in the streets are men. Majority of people that drop out from school, they are men, and so many other things. But still, they still strive, to do more. So no one is limiting anybody. No one is telling you, okay, don't do this, or you do this as a lady, you won't get this pay because you're a lady. I know sometimes it's frustrating, let's say employing a woman into your firm and she become pregnant. Now she has to go for leave. And after the leave, she has to come back, and your company will be lacking behind. But that does not mean they are less needed. There are some work in the office that it is required for a lady to do it because of how appealing they are, because of how approachable they are. And there are some work that it's normal for you guys to do because of the how hectic the work is. So that's just it. It's not like this gender is more superior, this gender supposed to do this, or you are limiting a certain gender from getting to certain work because of. No, we are all free. It's an open world, like I said before. So we are free to apply for work. We are free to do the work. So long as you can do it and do it perfectly well, no one is stopping you. If you feel they are stopping you, then create a job for yourself. Okay? Go out there, save money. Sometimes I see people working for other people for some time just to raise capital to start up their own firm. If that is what you want to do, or you want to go into this business and you're not getting it, do something else, save up money and start up the business for yourself. It's normal. You are in charge of it. No one is going to tell you because you're a lady you can't do it. I like the idea of feminism. You see, the fact that male and female want to be seen and respected equally. They want to work and be paid equally. But deep down, I don't think anyone is stopping anybody from getting paid the way you're supposed to. I remember, a few years back, women were not allowed to vote, and I love the fact that now they can vote because they deserve it. We are living in a country where they have their say. They have the right to decide who will lead them. And you see, when you check out politics that women do, they actually do it with a whole lot of passion, because you see, they are mothers, and when you give them a certain position to take care of, they do it with emotion. They make sure things are working in place. So I don't see any reason why anyone's stopping women for being who they are. When you say something or complain about something, work towards it. Go out there, start up something, get a few women together who agree to your idea, then start it up. No one is stopping you or limiting you. We are all free to do whatever we choose to do. So guys, that's the end of the video. This is my opinion on this topic. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. If this is your first time visiting my channel, click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and remember, bless.